everyone and welcome back to the Brick Buds. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Hidden Side Mystery Castle set 70437, as I promised last week. The set's got 1,035 pieces. It was about £90 in the UK when it was out. It's part of the second wave, I think, of Hidden Side, or the last wave. I don't know how many waves they did. It was released and then pretty much almost immediately retired. It was about 6 months where this was available, so I know a lot of people did miss out on this. I let Ian build this one. I didn't want to, but then sometimes I'm just feeling generous, and I know that he'd enjoy building this, so I figured I'd let him. But as he was building it, I suddenly became very regretful that I'd done that, because the box for this one kind of made it seem less cool to me. I think it was the box art for this part. It didn't look very in keeping, and that kind of put me off. But the colouring is slightly more muted now in real life, so I thought this would be like really an eyesore because it was so different, but it does kind of work. It's kind of as if it's been tacked onto the building later on, so it's not an original feature, but it works. Also, if you're not very keen on the dark tan tower, you can purchase a few more of the grey parts and make a second tower on the other side to kind of make it a more symmetrical castle. And I think that looks really good, and I think that's a really nice way to modify this set. I'm blown away by this set, like how good it does look. It's very different. It's got all of the hidden side kind of not hidden. So we've built a couple of hidden side sets before, and most of it sort of then tucks away. But I don't feel like that's the case with this. So all of this blue detail, that's quite clearly the ghost part of the set, and you can't hide that. It's all over the stickers. And then if you open up, I mean, this does not tuck away at all, this big monster at the bottom of it. And quite a lot of the details, you've got all sort of the eyes and things. That, I suppose that's hidden to some respect because you can close it. Maybe that's how they've decided to hide it. But it seems a much larger part of the set, a much more obvious part of the set. But I think it is fantastic. It's a really nice building. The walls are lacking. I've seen people complain that if this was a real castle, you wouldn't get any protection from this sort of top level of the basement. But I kind of feel it's a run-down castle, so maybe those have all fallen off. Maybe it was a bit more protected than you can see. It's dilapidated. It's meant to kind of look broken, so that could be one of the things there. I really love the little blue leaves. Didn't realise you could get the blue leaves. I think they were introduced in the Hidden Side sets, so that's probably why I hadn't noticed, because we have only built a couple, like I say. My favourite part is possibly these windows at the top here. The detailing on those is superb. They just look like really ornate stained glass windows, and very in keeping with the set, because they depict, I think, one of the characters, the Neymar Reem, which I'll show you in the minifigs when we get to that part. You've got all the parts that you would expect from a Hidden Side set, so all the bits that make the app work. So there's lots of bits you can sort of lift up to get different colours, or push down or spin to find things. And that's all for the augmented reality part. This was actually the first time that I did check out the app properly, and actually it makes me want to buy all the Hidden Side sets and try and complete the game, because it's kind of good fun. You have to try and catch the ghosts and find certain bits. The only thing I would say is I was trying to play it here on my table, and every time I needed to catch a ghost that was sort of, say, here, I'd move my phone to try and catch it, and then it would no longer detect the set and it wouldn't work. That was kind of annoying. So I don't know if I'd need a bigger space to do it, or be a bit further away from the set so that it's still in view when I'm moving my phone around. But as a premise, I know Lego and apps don't normally go very well, but this was fun. And so it's a shame that it didn't last, because for the older kids and the adults like me, this was an enjoyable way of playing with your sets. You could build the set, enjoy that, then get some more benefit out of it from the sort of competitiveness of the game. And then also, it's a very playable set. So it's very open at the back, so you can take the minifigs and play with it. It's got some play features. So this one here pulls back, and like you've got like a little trapdoor there. I cannot make it so that you can put a minifigure on that part, because there's no support under the plate. And so if you try and push the minifigure on, you just end up opening the trapdoor sort of that way instead of pulling it. So I don't know how that's meant to work. You can just sort of sit them there, I think. And then if you pull it, they could fall down, I guess. Maybe it's a secret door and you're meant to jump down there as opposed to it being a trapdoor. I'm not sure, but that one's a little disappointing. And I like the way that you can display it open. Makes it, the footprint's quite big then. Move Parker out of the way. It's quite a wide set, but you can sort of set up scenes inside. I just think it's really nice. And the gates are good. Kind of reminds me of the gates from the Monster Fighters haunted house, but also possibly the vampire castle. I haven't built the vampire castle yet, so I'm not entirely sure. And this is kind of what this one reminded me of. This is why I wanted it, because it seemed like a newer version of the Monster Fighters castle, but not quite as good visually, I think. But still pretty good. So let's take a look at some of the minifigures in the set. We'll start with Jack. You get Jack in pretty much every Hidden Side set. I think there are slight variations in his outfits, but he's pretty much the same the whole time. You also get Parker. Again, she's in a lot of sets. I like her because she's got purple hair. I'm not going to complain about purple hair. But I don't know, I'm not a fan of double denim, so that puts me off her a little bit. She's got some printing at the back as well. Alternate face. Jack also had an alternate face. This is apparently Vaughn. I don't know all these characters, but I think he's one of the ghost hunter people. He's got quite a cool outfit, and he's got a translucent purple head, which is kind of interesting. A lot of good printing there as well on his sort of jacket and waistcoat. You get Neymar Ream, this is. He's like the big ghost. And this swirl effect, this is amazing. You see this sometimes on like the Series 14 minifigures, like the Banshee and things. But this is much more swirly, I think. And he can come out, so that's a removable part. And he's still got the legs. Lots of printing on there. Some bits at the back. A little bit of detailing on the back of his torso as well. Nice coat. So yeah, he's a pretty fantastic character, and it's him that you can see in the stained glass windows. And you get 2 identical Shadow Knights. So they've got a lot of printing there on the front and back. They've got see-through-ish heads. Like translucent black, those funky eyes there. Works quite well with the helmet then on. So our plan is very much to take this apart and use just bits of it in our 7-in-1 castle build. So I think mainly the gate system, and I don't know what we will then do with the rest. I'm wondering whether we can get this front section in the city somewhere, because it does make for quite a good haunted house. But I'm really happy with this set. I think it's a really lovely set, and I still very much wish I'd built it and not given it to Ian to build. But I also would like to look at it a lot more. It's really, really pretty in a sort of scary kind of way. So let me know in the comments below what you think of this set, whether you've got this Hidden Side set. Also, let me know what you think of the app, because I was surprised how much I enjoyed playing the game. And I'm worried that I'm not going to let Ian break this down for our city, because I want to finish getting all the ghosts. I'm not sure he's going to be happy with me over that. So yeah, if you played the game, let me know what you thought of that as well. Also, if you missed last week's video on the concept for the 7-in-1 castle, I'll link that up now. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an update. See you later.